It's the opening match of the 2021 FIFA Club World Cup as Al Jazira take on Pirae in the Mohammed bin Zayed Stadium in Abu Dhabi. Bayern Munich won the FIFA Club World Cup last February in Qatar, but the German side aren't here to defend the title in what is the 18th edition of the tournament. And it all starts tonight with what is effectively a home match for Al Jazira, the champions from the hosts, the United Arab Emirates, and they are cheered on by large numbers of local fans. And they are up against AS Pirae from Tahiti, who are representing the Oceania region. Now, Pirae are part-time footballers, and they only discovered that they would be competing just over a month ago. Pirae have had a long journey to get to the United Arab Emirates. It was supposed to be Auckland City from New Zealand who were originally going to represent the region, as the 2021 Champions League didn't take place because of the worldwide pandemic. But Auckland City withdrew at the end of December, and AS Pirae were nominated instead. And they are up against an Al Jazira side who reached the semi-finals back in 2017 when the FIFA Club World Cup was also held here in the United Arab Emirates. On that occasion, they lost to the eventual winners, Real Madrid, in the semi-finals, having taken the lead in that match. And they then lost in the match for third place to Pachuca of Mexico. This stadium, which has a large capacity. It is a long way from being full tonight, but the atmosphere is most certainly building at the Mohammed bin Zayed Stadium. Al Jazira, who qualified as winners of the United Arab Emirates Pro League. They've won it on only 3 occasions: 2011, 2017, and last year in 2021. Al Jazira's preparations not helped by the fact that a large number of their squad were on international duty with the UAE in FIFA World Cup qualifying matches this week. Ali Kassif there, the captain, was one of those away representing his country. Kassif, who was outstanding in the 2017 edition of the FIFA Club World Cup as Al Jazira reached the last 4. Just waiting for AS Pirae to appear from the other dressing room. Meanwhile, out on the pitch, I can tell you there is a light show, loud music, and there we see AS Pirae. Perhaps a few nerves there amongst one or two of the younger members of the team, playing in a big stadium for the first time. But they do have experience on the international stage amongst their number. And they are keen to make a good impression and maybe, just maybe, upset the odds and go through to the next round. One or two butterflies, I'm sure, in the stomach of some of those Pirae players. It's a familiar walk into their home stadium for the players from Al Jazira of the United Arab Emirates. But this is a huge moment for the team from Tahiti, AS Pirae, as they enter the Mohammed bin Zayed Stadium to compete in the FIFA Club World Cup for the very first time. Al Jazira, champions of the host country, up against the team of part-timers from Tahiti. Tahiti, the largest of the French Polynesia Society Islands. The first team from Tahiti to play in the FIFA Club World Cup. Predominantly players from the United Arab Emirates in the Al Jazira squad. But there are players from Brazil, from Mali, from Côte d'Ivoire, and from Morocco and South Africa. As for the team from Tahiti, they are all from the islands, except for one in the starting 11 who's on the bench tonight, Sylvain Graglia, who was born in France. Six Al Jazira players were on international duty with the United Arab Emirates just 2 days ago. Goalkeeper Ali Kassif played the whole of the 1-0 defeat away to Iraq, while striker Zayed Al-Amari came on as a substitute. Brazilian Victor Sá, who joined last year from the German Bundesliga side Wolfsburg, will be a key player tonight, as will the Mali international Abdoulaye Diaby. Keeper Kassif Khalifa Al-Hamadi and Ahmed Al-Hashmi were with Al Jazira when they reached the semi-finals of the FIFA Club World Cup back in 2017, as was the UAE's all-time top scorer, Ali Makhout, who starts among the substitutes this evening. Mustafa Gourbal from Algeria is the man in the middle tonight. Ali Kassif and Alvin Tejo, the two captains tonight. Paulus van Bokel from the Netherlands is in charge of the VAR officials. AS Pirae's preparations were severely hampered by the fact that 7 players were unable to travel to the UAE, having tested positive for COVID. Captain Alvin Tejo, his older brother Jonathan, Heimano Buribari and Johan Tioni were all in the Tahiti squad that played at the 2013 FIFA Confederations Cup in Brazil. This team are all amateurs. Tevu Doro, who was 35 3 days ago, starts in goal, and the reserve goalkeeper, Steven Tariro, is usually the kit man. At 43 years of age, he is on the bench. Marcel Keizer, the Dutch coach, in his second spell in charge of Al Jazira. In the other technical area, Naya Bennett, former Tahiti international, who himself has played at the FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup. Pirae of Tahiti get the 2021 FIFA Club World Cup in Abu Dhabi underway. The Tahitian side representing the Oceania region in the all-orange tonight, up against an Al Jazira team who are playing in their home stadium and who are cheered on by many home supporters from here in Abu Dhabi. No penalty. Referee right up with play there. Marcel Keizer, the Al Jazira coach, saying to me pre-match in the pre-match television interview that patience might have to play a part for his team, with Pirae perhaps packing the defence, but he said patience isn't usually a word that we normally play with. Normally we're on the attack right from kickoff, and it looks certainly that way this evening. Touch here for Salem. Buribari. Picked up on this near side by Idris. Bit of room here for Serrano. Serrano lays it wide to that far side. Diaby able to put it across, but straight at Duro. And that's twice now that Al Jazira have been able to make tracks down their right. Milos Kosanovic, Serbian central defender, joined in 2019 from Standard Liège in Belgium. Al Jazira representing the host country, the UAE, who were named as the hosts only last October, when this tournament was nominated to be staged in the month of February 2022, but we still retain the name FIFA Club World Cup 2021. Just as last year in Qatar, we had the name FIFA Club World Cup 2020, even though technically we were actually in the following year. Goalkeeper will gather this easily. Tevaduro, 35 years old. He was 35 just 3 days ago. Pirae, who had an 11,000-mile journey to get here to Abu Dhabi. They had a long-haul flight to Paris, where they had a 6-hour wait for the flight to Abu Dhabi. And then they had a 2-hour coach journey to their accommodation. So it's been far from ideal preparation for the team from Tahiti. Played forward by Sarero. Rabi couldn't find a way through. Mohamed Rabi, the 20-year-old Moroccan defender. Al-Hamadi. Abdullah Idris. Kosanovic. Al-Hamadi. Looking for Al-Mareri. A little too long, though, for Zayed Al-Ameri. Starting on the left, where we had expected Victor Sarr to possibly start. There is Victor Sarr, the Brazilian. Forward comes Jamal. Mohamed Jamal, able to pull that back across and turned in for the opening goal. Zayed Al-Ameri with it. And it's taken less than 5 minutes for Al Jazira to get the opening goal of the 2021 FIFA Club World Cup. Keep your eye here on the number 9 as he makes the run into the middle. Zayed Al-Ameri able to get the final touch from close range and turn it past Tevaduro. Oh, what a start for Al Jazira. And just the start that is the stuff of nightmares for Pirae. We're looking to come back here, but that would have been offside had that ball have found its way through to Tioni. Tahiti's team at the 2013 FIFA Confederations Cup in Brazil lost heavily all their matches. 6-1 to Nigeria, 10-0 to Spain in the Maracanã in Rio de Janeiro, and 8-0 to Uruguay. Coach Naya Bene saying that we came here believing we have a chance. It's a great privilege for us as part-time footballers from Tahiti to play upon the world stage. Kosanovic. Jamal. Serrero. Kosanovic. Ball played forward here to Al Hashmi. Worked out to the far side. Flag up though. for offside. Incidentally, it's worth saying that FIFA are trialling offside technology here, which involves the use of cameras placed in the higher reaches of the stadium. That's a clear offside. And the new system will, it is planned, work alongside VAR to provide a very precise interpretation of offside, very much in the way that goal line technology does. It's either a goal or it isn't. Problem here for Kosanovic. So a chance then for Pirae to try and create something here. Four forward in the orange of Pirae, but that's an ambitious effort from that distance. From the midfielder, Tehutu Giton. Al-Hamadi. Here's Kosanovic. Al-Hamadi. Serrero. Victor. And Victor's gone for the return ball as well, picked up instead by Al-Hashmi. Jamal. Al-Hamadi. Kosanovic. It's too strong for the goal scorer, Zayed Al-Ameri. Falon Burebari. Incidentally, those who are watching in Tahiti or any of the French Polynesia Society Islands, it was a 6:30 in the morning kickoff. So supporters will have had to have risen early to tune in. Ayabene saying that he hoped that Pirae's participation in this tournament would lead to even more interest in football in the islands and would leave a legacy for youngsters in the region to become involved. Kosanovic. Serrero. Al-Hamadi. Kosanovic. Lovely ball infield for Idris. Abdullah Idris to pull it back. Here's the goal scorer again, Al-Mameri. Can't find a way through this time, though. Picked up by Serrero. Al-Hamadi. Jamal. Al-Hamadi. All the way back to Ali Kasif. Not really a surprise that he's starting tonight, the Al Jazira captain, despite having been in action for the UAE in their World Cup qualifying defeat to Iran on Tuesday night, just 48 hours ago. As he is probably expecting a rather relatively quiet night tonight in the Al Jazira goal. And here come Al Jazira again. Turn is by Victor. That's a foul by Salem. Victor will be keen to try and go all the way to the final, because he was a former youth team player at Palmeiras of Brazil, who are the South American representatives at this tournament. Alameri lays it back to Idris. Al-Hamadi. Kosanovic. Al-Hamadi. Kosanovic. Crossfield ball is looking for Alameri. Can't control though. Goal kick to Pirae. Not much to feast on so far for Benoit Maton up front, the central striker for Pirae. One in the air by Buribari. Chase on this near side for Tioni. Kasif. Kosanovic. Hey. Chasing back was Buribari. Picked up by Serrano. Just couldn't work it out to Diaby on that far side. Buribari. Now there's room here. Al-Hashmi works it wide. Abdullah Diaby. Diaby looking to place a shot on goal, and it wasn't too far wide either. Look at the room that Diaby has here. And it always looked as though he was going to go for goal himself. And that proved to be the case. Marcel Keizer, the Dutch coach. The last 4 coaches at Al Jazira have all been from the Netherlands. Henk ten Kate, who took them to the semi-finals of the 2017 FIFA Club World Cup. Damien Hertog, Jurgen Streppel, and now Keizer, who is in his second spell at the club, having left initially after a short period in charge to join Sporting in Portugal. Al-Hamadi. Kasif. Seen a lot of the ball tonight. Khalifa Al-Hamadi. And here he is again. Rabi. Cleared away by Alventejo. Diaby. Went for goal himself. Diaby again. Al Jazira corner. All but one are back for Pirae. Turn towards goal, and that's an excellent save. Ahmed Al-Hashmi with the header, denied by Teva Duro. Might just have been hitting the upright rather than going in. Duro across to the rescue, though. This time away by Mataya. Tatia, the left back. Just glided header there from Al-Hashmi. Jazira getting a lot of joy down their right-hand side. Victor. Oh, lovely interplay, and it's only just wide from Zayed Al Ahmadi. The goal scorer very close to getting a second goal. Super first-time passing here, and it just curls the wrong side of the post. Everyone expected that Al Jazira would be dominating possession in this match, and that's exactly how it's played out so far. Serrano. Victor loses out. Picked up here by Giton. It's fouled by Victor. Forward towards Maton. Idris with time to clear. The best of ball out of defence. Diaby picks up. Serrero. Al-Hamadi. Kosanovic. Victor sent sprawling. Challenged by Heimano Buribari. Diaby. Rabi making the run on his right. Cut out by Benet. And a cross sliding in, Al-Hamadi. To block the run forward of Ruanui Tinuawi. Tinuawi, the left winger, incidentally is a police officer in his home country of Tahiti, and he had to write to the chief of police to request leave in order to play at this tournament. Said it was one of the most nerve-wracking things he's ever had to do. But fortunately, the chief of police agreed and said that he was proud of him. Benet was the target, couldn't be found on this near side.
Come on, boys, come on, hey!
Pirae making tracks. Chased it down by Tioni. Tioni again. Idris. Pirae throw. Taken quickly by Salem. Benet. Ball over the top for Tioni, and the flag eventually raised against the Pirae player. Pretty clear decision. Al Jazira, who 4 years ago, just over 4 years ago, in 2017, beat another team from the Oceania region in the first round, beating Auckland City by 1-0. Although it was a very, very tight match, if memory recalls correctly. They then beat Urara Red Diamonds of Japan 1-0 in the second round with a goal from Ali Makout, who's on the bench tonight. But then lost 2-0 to 2-1 rather to Real Madrid in the semi-finals. They took the lead in that semi-final, and then put the ball in the net for what they thought was a second goal, but unfortunately for them it was ruled out, and Real Madrid came back to win by 2-1. Given away, and a chance now for Pirae to perhaps press forward. Maton. Matatia. Chase on here for Salam. He's not going to get there, though. Kosanovic. Just past the midway point in the first half. If you have just joined us, goal early on, inside the opening 5 minutes for Zayed Al-Ameri. Cut out by Idris. Kosanovic. That's offside against Diaby. Well, the referee said play on, and it's been missed by Al-Hashmi, and eventually the whistle is blown. See there the assistant raising his flag, but the referee says carry on. Which might be a little bit of a lesson to the Pirae defenders. Play to the whistle at this level, because teams will carry on. Kosanovic. Al-Hamadi. Serrero. Victor. Oh, that bounces kindly. Diaby, excellent save, and it should be knocked in, and it is turned in by Ahmed Al-Hashmi. The central striker following up to double Al Jazira's lead. Good stop here, but as you can see, the ball loops up nicely. And in the end, it was a relatively simple chance for Ahmed Al-Hashmi to turn it in from close range, despite the combined efforts of the trio of defenders who were challenging for it. You can see here he's just quicker to the ball than Alvin Tejo. Al Jazira 2, AS Pirae 0. An excellent save for the initial effort, but powerless to stop the ball reaching the striker. Al-Hashmi couldn't be reached by Maton at the other end. Kosanovic. Diaby. Victor. Serrero. Al-Hamadi. Kosanovic. The winners of this opening tie at the FIFA Club World Cup, facing Al Hilal of Saudi Arabia here on Sunday in this stadium. And whoever goes through this evening guarantees themselves at least 2 more matches in the competition, because even if they they were to lose on Sunday, they would go into the match for deciding the lower placed 5th and 6th rankings. Rabi. It's handball by Diaby. Diaby, the French-born Mali international, who played under Kaiser at Sporting in Portugal. He's also played at Lille in France and at Club Bruges in Belgium. Kasanovic. Al-Hashmi. Al-Hamadi. Rabi's in a bit of room. Here he is. Rabi. Serrero, almost through there, just cut out by Matatia. Jonathan Teo. Oh, he lost his footing there. Well, that could have been calamitous at the back for Pirae. Taken from the correct position. Diaby, straight out of play. That's a foul. Jonathan Teo. So a chance then for Al Jazira to create something from this free kick. Virtually everybody back for Pirae. Always going over. Hamadi and Alameri, both jumping for it. And it was the striker who got there ahead of his defensive colleague. Uribari. Keep hold of it. Victor. Kasanovic. Kasanovic. Diaby is trying his luck on the Al Jazira left. Oh, that's lovely play from Tierney. Kassif to gather. Hasn't had a save of note yet to make. Ali Kassif in the Al Jazira goal. Al Jazira with 71% of possession so far in this match. Hashmi turns it through. Alameri. He's not going to score. Didn't get enough on the final effort. And it was able to be cleared away by Teo. Well, it looked for all the world as though he might score there, although had he done so, it is probable that the goal would have been ruled out for an offside there anyway. Jonathan Teo. This is brother Alvin, 2 years younger, at 32. Sione couldn't keep hold of it, turned back by Kosanovic. Kasif. Kosanovic finds his central defensive partner, Al-Hamadi. Rabi showed a bit too much of that to Matatia. Serero's ball forward. Here he is again, the South African, Diaby. Diaby up against Matatia. Serero. Serero still going. That's a penalty, is it? No. And it's a yellow card for the midfielder. Simulation. Tulani Serero becomes the first player to be cautioned at this FIFA Club World Cup. And this is the reason why. Defender just pulling his leg out of the way in time. The referee had a good view of that. Benning. And again. Forward by Jamal. Kosanovic. Sereno. Bene, the Pirae coach, standing just below me on the edge of his technical area. His opposite number, Marcel Kaiser, safely ensconced upon the seats, quite relaxed with his team's performance so far. Rabi with the ball across. Away by Bene. Jamal. Victor. Turn here by Al-Hashmi. Rabi. Mohamed Rabi with the cross and turned in for goal number 3 for Al Jazira. It's a terrific header from a terrific cross. Zayed Alameri gets his second goal of the match and the third for his side. Needed the help of the post. What a good cross that is from the right back, Mohamed Rabi. Zayed Alameri, who came on as a substitute for the United Arab Emirates in their World Cup qualifying defeat to Iran on Tuesday, starting tonight. And it's a decision that has really paid dividends for Marcel Kaiser. As further pain is inflicted on Naya Bene and AS Pirae. Now they were checking, the VAR officials, for a possible handball in the build-up to that goal, and the referee is being advised to come across to the monitor on this near side, the pitch side monitor, to have a look for himself. And we know that this, more often than not, results in a reversal of the decision. Here's what the referee is being asked to look at. Well, initially with the naked eye, it did look as though he'd headed that ball in, but that ball is nowhere near his head. And it is no goal. It is handball from Ahly. So it remains 2-0. Certainly from our position, high in the main stand, overlooking the two technical areas, it looked perfectly okay. But when you see the slow motion replays, it was most definitely not the head that turned that ball in. Here come Jazira again, looking for a way through yet again. Diaby. Tinuari. Foul. Picked up here by Serrero. The back heel from Jamal. Victor. Well, he was always going down, was he? No, the referee had a thought there about whether to continue playing or not, but decided that a free kick was the decision he was going to make, and this is a free kick in a very good position for Jazira. There's the challenge. It impeded the Brazilian. Again for Pirae, everybody back except Benoit Maton, who stayed on the halfway line. Standing behind this free kick are Victor Sar and Milos Kosanovic. There he is. The Serbian. It does look as though Kosanovic is the favourite to take. Kosanovic! Oh, superb! What a strike that is from Milos Kosanovic. And just moments after a third goal for Jazira was ruled out by VAR, they do get a third goal. Milos Kosanovic with a perfectly placed free kick. Beyond Duro. And now it is Jazira 3, AS Pirae 0. Alvin Teo. Picked up here by Salem. Matatia. Going to take on Rabi. Matatia. First time really we've seen him go forward. And that's a foul on the left back. Left him in a bit of trouble as well. Matatia Palmer. Is there any way back then for Naya Bennett and Pirae? Well, this is very concerning for Matatia Palmer, and as he receives treatment, let's have a look again at the goals that have given Jazira this 3-0 lead. It's been an excellent first half from the champions of the United Arab Emirates. Al-Ameri with the first, Al-Hashmi there with the second. And then Milos Kosanovic just a few moments ago with the free kick. Superb. See the goalkeeper trying to cover this side, but it was just beyond his reach. Fortunately, the stretcher is not needed for Matatia. And this free kick is in an interesting position here for Pirae. Waits. One of four who might be hoping to get on the end of a rebound if it should come their way, but it's always going wide though. From Herrera, Salam. Pirae back to their full complement of 11 now. Jamal. Idris. Al-Hamadi. Jamal. Victor. Rabi. Jamal. Victor Sarr. We go into a minimum of 3 minutes additional time at the end of this first half. Jamal. Victor. Gets away from the first challenge. And from the second from Pirae. Victor. Pirae able to recover. Al-Hamadi. Victor. Looking for the run of Abdullah Idris. Idris with the ball across. Lovely finish. Lovely finish from Zayed Al-Ameri, whose first thought was to look across to the assistant referee on the far side and check whether there might be an offside flag raised. Well, this is one where the decision is close, very close indeed, and certainly the VAR officials will be having a look at this, aided by the technology that FIFA are trialling at this Club World Cup. Referee is just halting the resumption of play while that offside check is made, and the goal has been ruled out. So for the second time in this half, Al Jazira thought they'd scored, only for it not to be the case. On comes Giton. Tino. Tioni's cross, couldn't find Maton in the middle. And it comes off Tioni. Long diagonal ball from Mohamed Jamal. That's offside. It's Diaby. Last 30 seconds or so then of the first half. We may have a little bit more time added to the minimum of 3 minutes because of the VAR check. Serrero. Kasanovic. Idris. Tioni. Been a thoroughly satisfactory first half for Al Jazira. 3 goals ahead at the break, leading by 3 goals to 0. Zayed Al-Ameri with the opener, Ahmed El Hashmi with goal number 2, and Milos Kosanovic there with the 3rd goal. They've had 2 ruled out by VAR. It's a long way back for AS Pirae in the second half. At half-time, Al Jazira 3, AS Pirae 0. Well, there you can see Al Jazira dominating possession in the first half. 71% of the ball, 13 shots, 5 of them on target. AS Pirae yet to muster an effort on target. And the 1 yellow card as well. Tulani Serraro of Al Jazira has found his way into the referee's book. Al Jazira representing the host nation, the United Arab Emirates, up against AS Pirae of Tahiti, representing the Oceania region. AS Pirae in the orange, the first team from Tahiti to compete in the FIFA Club World Cup. And it was Al Jazira who made an excellent start inside the opening 5 minutes. Zayed Al-Ameri with the goal in front of their home supporters. Al Jazira playing in their own stadium. They had so much of the possession in the first half, and they were soon able to get a second goal. Goalkeeper Teva Duro able to make the save from the initial shot, but following up Ahmed Al Hashmi to make it 2-0. VAR had its moments as well in the first half. Ahmed Al Hashmi playing that ball wide. And as Rabi turned it across, it looked like it was goal number 3 there. And a second for Al-Ameri. But when we look at the replay, it was ruled out for handball. They did get a 3rd goal, though, just a few moments later. Victor Sarr fouled just outside the penalty area. Would Victor take it, or would Milos Kosanovic be the man to strike the free kick? And it was the defender, Kosanovic, the Serbian, who placed it absolutely perfectly for goal number 3. Zayed Al-Ameri thought he'd scored another goal in additional time at the end of the first half, but Al Jazira comfortably in charge, leading by 3 goals to 0. Is there a way back for AS Pirae of Tahiti in the second half of the opening match of the FIFA Club World Cup? They're going to make a change, the team from Tahiti, for the start of this second half, and there's going to be a double change for Al Jazira. It's a triple change, in fact. Zayed Sultan, Koulibaly and Abdulrahman Al-Amari are coming on, so changing goal. And there's the man on for AS Pirae, Sylvain Graglia. Born in France, but a Tahitian international. It's no surprise that Tilani Serrero is coming off from midfield, he having been booked in the first half to be replaced by Koulibaly. And at the back, Khalifa Al-Hamadi is off. He is being replaced by Zayed Sultan. Away we go then for the start of the second half. If you have just joined us, Al Jazira in the white shirts with the red and green trim, kicking from left to right in this second half, and with a 3-0 lead against AS Pirae of Tahiti. Here are the updated teams for you at the bottom of your picture. Al Jazira, who had so much of the possession in the first half, 71%. Mamadou Koulibaly on in midfield, and here he is. And the man coming on at the back is Zayed Sultan. Changing goal as well with Abdulrahman Al-Amari coming on. He has as busy a first half as the man he replaced, Ali Kasif, then he won't be very busy at all. At the other end, Teva Duro able to catch that one comfortably. Foul on the captain, Alvin Tejo. Can the team from Tahiti muster a shot on target in this second half? And they might do here. Oh, it's almost an own goal. It is an own goal. Pirae strike back early in the second half. And what a moment for AS Pirae, but very much a moment to forget for the man who put it into his own net. Turned in by Mohamed Rabi. 3-1. And is this the start of a comeback for Pirae? Scored one goal at the 2013 FIFA Confederations Cup when Tahiti were competing. And the only goal that Tahiti scored in that competition was actually scored by a player who's playing tonight, Jonathan Teho, the central defender. Unfortunately for him, he also scored an own goal in the 6-1 defeat to Nigeria. And here is Jonathan Teho. Crossfield diagonal ball, looking for Matatia. First touch for Alameri. Giton. That's a free kick, fouled by Koulibaly. The youngster from Côte d'Ivoire, just 18 years of age, Mamadou Koulibaly. A chance to get some big game experience for the teenager. Pirae had a free kick in a reasonably similar position in the first half, and it was way wide from Giton. But what can Tehutu Giton do from this effort? It does look as though he's lining up an effort on Alameri's goal. Giton strikes it, and that's relatively comfortable for the substitute goalkeeper. He's 23 years of age. The keeper came through the youth system here at Al Jazira. Zayed. The youngster, just 20 years of age, Koulibaly. His handball. So a very encouraging start to the second half for Pirae. Tahitian side who are being watched in person tonight by the president of the Tahitian Football Federation, Thierry Ari Otimia, is here in Abu Dhabi. He's in the VVIP section, which is just away to my left. And yes, it is very, very important category. Away by Durban. Just turned back by Koulibaly. Taken down by Maton. Giton. Koulibaly. Worked out to that far side. All the way through for Graglia. And then he was able to play it on to Bene. Graglia will take this throw. You almost get the impression that Pirae have said, well, we might as well go for it at the start of this second half, see what happens. See whether we can find a way back into this first match of the 2021 FIFA Club World Cup. And they have done so with that goal early in the second half. Kasanovic, scorer of the third goal for Al Jazira. Zayed is Koulibaly. Away by Teho. Koulibaly looking to set Graglia away on that far side. Graglia's ball across. Simple catch for Alameri. Pirae, who lost their last Ligue 1 match in the Tahitian League. That was 1-0 at home to Venus on the 23rd of January. But they had won their previous 3 in the league, including a couple of big wins. 11-1 at home to AS Matea and 8-1 at home to Excelsior. Taken down on this near side by Rabi, who'll be keen to make amends, having inadvertently scored that own goal. Koulibaly. Maton got there first. There was a clear tug of his shirt as well by Zayed. Maton. Turned wide by Buribari. Bene. Can't find a way through. Kosanovic was there. And a long ball forward finds Ahmed El Hashmi. 3 against 3 at the moment. El Hashmi, Victor. And across came Alvin Tejo. Pirae might have found themselves a little stretched at the back then. Rabi. Koulibaly. Kosanovic. Koulibaly. Diaby. Rabi. Kosanovic. Turn here by Alameri. And behind for the corner by Tejo. Turning away the cross. First corner of the second half, taken short. Alameri. That will bounce harmlessly out of play on this near side. Wanted to steal a few metres there. Matatia. Picked up by Zayed. Oh, he's given it away. Picked up by Salem here. Salem looking for Graglia. Can't find a way through. Excellent challenge back from Idris. Diaby. Idris has made that run on the far side. No way past Alvin Tejo, though. Bene. Pirae free kick. Pirae going to make another change. It's Patrick Tepa who is going to come on. And it is Salem who is the player who is being withdrawn. So Patrick Tepa is on, now 32 years of age. Free kick to Pirae. And a yellow card as well for Rabi, whose second half is getting worse and worse, having scored the own goal. He's now cautioned after this challenge. Bringing down Benoit Maton. Tehutu Giton will be the man who might well fancy his chances from this free kick. There he is. If he could score here and bring it back to 3-2, we would be in for a thrilling finale. There's the view that the goalkeeper has. Alameri. Goalkeeper's quite a long way across to one side of the goal, as you can see. Can Giton lift it over the wall and in? Giton goes for that option. Tejo. Oh, it was missed completely there by Matatia. Sure he was expecting that ball to come through to him, the fullback. Here's the free kick again. Headed away by Kosanovic. Given away, and there's a real increased nervousness about Al Jazira. Pirae hoping to take advantage of that. Fouled by Graglia. Rabi. Diaby. It's terrific pace from him. Now, can a shot be released here? Can't in the end. As it was turned back towards Victor Sarr. Lovely run from Diaby. Now, there will be a huge cheer here for a man who is a footballing icon here in the United Arab Emirates. Ali Makout is going to come on for Zayed Al-Ameri. Al-Ameri, who scored the opening goal after just 5 minutes. But he is replaced by the United Arab Emirates all-time top goal scorer, a man who's been at this club, Al Jazira, for his entire career, and who scored at the 2017 FIFA Club World Cup when they beat Yarara Red Diamonds in the second round. And Makout is on up front. Still just 31 years of age. UAE, incidentally, still have a chance of reaching the World Cup finals in Qatar later this year. It's looking more and more likely after their defeat to Iran on Tuesday night that will be via the playoffs. But their dreams are not over. They have a place in the World Cup, FIFA World Cup, which will be staged not far from here in Qatar at the end of this calendar year. His first touch isn't a good one from Makout. Charging in was Matatia. Makout. Picked up here by Rabi. Forward comes Koulibaly. Victor Sarr. Deep ball across to find Diaby. Diaby will look to place it. Oh, he's done so superbly. Abdoulaye Diaby restores Al Jazira's 3-goal advantage with their 4th goal of the night. And what a goal it was. What a shot it was from Abdoulaye Diaby. The cross-field ball from Victor Sarr here, and you can see the space here that Diaby has, and he picks his spot. He knows what he's going to do. As the goalkeeper comes across to cover the near post, into the far side of the goal it goes. Diaby scores, Al Jazira 4, AS Pirae 1. Just beyond the reach of the goalkeeper. Scaring the play from Tepa. So 5 goals, and we've had 2 efforts ruled out by VAR. So Al Jazira have had the ball in the net 6 times, only 4 have counted. Away by Jonathan Tejo. Buribari. Forward by Bene. Challenge from Idris. Easily cut out by Kosanovic. Giton. Quite dropped there for Tinuari. He's now moved infield to play very much in a central striker's role. Alongside Benoit Matuon. Approaching 10 o'clock in the evening here, local time in Abu Dhabi. Al Jazira in their home stadium are well on the way to booking their place in the next round of the FIFA Club World Cup, where they would face Al Hilal of Saudi Arabia here on Sunday. And the winners of that match going on to face the UEFA Champions League holders Chelsea of England in the semi-finals here next week. Makoud couldn't turn it back into the path of Al Hashmi. Maton. Kosanovic was there. Just appears to have so much time, doesn't he, Milos Kosanovic? Koulibaly. Hashmi here has dropped into that role just behind the main striker. With Makoud, with Victor Sarr moving to a more wide left position for Al Jazira. Diaby. Zayed. Al Hashmi. Mohamed Rabi. Trying to get on the end of the return, but it's good play here from Tinuari. Tinuari again. Buribari. Graglia. Buribari. Makoud. Victor Sarr. Diaby's in the middle. Cleared away by Matatia. Good pressure this from Al Jazira, but strong defending from Pirae. Referee thought about a free kick, decided against it. Giton. Matatia. On Maton by Jamal. And Jamal, who's on loan from Ahly. Ahly, which has been a venue for the last couple of FIFA Club World Cups that have been staged in the United Arab Emirates, but all the matches in Abu Dhabi this time for logistical reasons, really more than anything else. By Abdul Rahman Al Ameri. First time shot, and it wasn't too far wide either from Tehutu Giton. Got plenty behind it. Game still has quite a way to go if it's to equal the record number of goals in a FIFA Club World Cup match. That's 8 goals. Gamba Osaka 3, Manchester United 5 back in 2008, and Al Sadd 2, Esperance 6 in 2019. Giton. Well, that's highly ambitious from that distance. Would have been extraordinary had it come off. Al-Hashmi. Almost finding Diaby. Al-Hashmi again. Asking for a free kick. Algerian referee Mustafa Gourba not at all interested. Tinouari. Held up by Maton. Tinouari. The run has been made by Graglia. Jamal will pick up. Mahoud. By Giton. Free kick not taken from the right position. Supporters from other clubs enjoying themselves tonight. Monterrey, Al Ahly playing on Saturday. And then on Sunday, Al Hilal awaiting for the winners of this match. Incidentally, to be played in this stadium on Saturday the 12th of February. Kasanovic. Zayed. Mahoud. Little touch off wasn't a good one. He's not had the best of touches so far in this match. The substitute, the all-time record goal scorer for the United Arab Emirates, Alvin Tejo. Guribari. It's away by Idris. Guribari again. Koulibaly. Diaby. Challenge comes in from Tejo. That's left Victor in a heap on the ground. Sylvain Graglia now for Pirae. Victor is still down inside the Pirae half. He's just getting back up to his feet now as Pirae look to attack again. Decent effort. Matatia trying his chances from distance. Kasanovic. Idris. He's available for the return ball as well. Idris, here he is. Now, looked offside, and he was offside. Not quite timing his run here. Abdullah Idris, who was an unused substitute for the United Arab Emirates in their World Cup qualifying defeat away to Iran on Tuesday. Deho with the free kick. Rabi. Up in midfield by Giton. Forward by Depa. And the shot first time from Benoit Maton. Maton, you can see here, having to hit it first time and just had to wait for that ball to drop to the required level to be able to get that shot away. Koulibaly. Fourth goal from the man who's just passed it. Abdoulaye Diaby has just given Al Jazira that little bit of breathing space that they needed. Pirae were looking good after they got that goal back, courtesy of the own goal early in this second half. El Hashmi couldn't keep hold of it. Forward comes Zayed. Rabi. Kosanovic. Ali Makout. Giton. Forward by Benet. Trying to stay on the side there, inside his own half. Koulibaly. Idris. Koulibaly. Makout, low, lovely ball. Idris. Idris again with the back heel. And that's behind for a goal kick, although the assistant on this near side possibly disagreed with that, but it is a goal kick. First one back heel, then another. Solid defending there from Alvin Deho to get the block in. Quickly by Koulibaly. Makout. Victor. Happy with the corner as it was just nipped away off his toes by Jonathan Teo. One of 5 Al Jazira players in the penalty area. Rising was the fullback Rabi. Maton. Dispossessed by Koulibaly. Victor. Koulibaly. Not the best of balls in. Straight at Buribari. Giton. Foul on Jamal. And a word or two for Emano Buribari from the referee. Another change. And Runu Nui Tinuani is going to come off. He will be replaced for the final 12 minutes or so by Teman Itarare Pater. Pirae is on. Taking up a position on the left-hand side of the defence, which has pushed Matatia that little further forward into a left-sided midfield position. Victor. Oh, that could have been awkward. That really could have been awkward as it came off the head of Jonathan Tejo. And he must have been reliving his own goal nightmare at the 2013 FIFA Confederations Cup there, as it looped towards goal. Just wide, just the right side of the post as far as Pirae are concerned. It is a corner, though. Taken by Diaby. Punch away by Duro. Jamal. Oh, Diaby might get here. Abdoulaye Diaby looking to set it up, and it's an easy goal. Except the flag is up against Ali Makout. It will be looked at by the VAR officials. Here it is again. Well, that might have been offside there, Diaby. And indeed, the goal has been ruled out. Into the last 10 minutes then, plus whatever additional time is to be played at the end of the 90. And unless we get a fantastic fight back from Pirae, it is going to be Al Jazira who go through to face Al Hilal of Saudi Arabia on Sunday. Giton loses out. Rabi. Turn from Koulibaly. By Kosanovic. Koulibaly. Turn was by Buribari. So here's that ball forward again, and this is the technology that FIFA are trialling here. You can see that the highlighted positions for offside for Diaby. And a relatively swift decision made. And the speed of the fact that they're all integrated makes it a relatively simple decision. Diaby, can he turn this in from close range? Blocked by Duro. Tevaduro across to snuff out the danger here. Diaby's corner. Easily away. Can't get it past the first defender. Pirae will look to try and release the ball here with Pirae. Oh, went through for Maton. Jamal. Kosanovic. Kovacevic with the ball forward. All the way through for Makut. Milos Kosanovic advancing forward. That's probably the furthest forward we've seen him apart from set pieces. Buribari. And in behind the defence is Matatia. Matatia, does he need support? Change to be made by Al Jazira. Nawaf Salem is coming on for Milos Kosanovic at the back. Scorer of the third goal for Al Jazira. Here it is. So Nawaf is on. And a double change as well for Pirae. It's been a hard night's work up front for Benoit Maton. Hutu Giton is also coming off. Or is he? There seems to be a little bit of confusion in the technical area as to who is coming off here. The fourth official is in earnest conversation there with Naya Bene, Pirae coach. Nehemia Tarete. There he is, the number 12, ready to come on. He's a midfielder. He was only 18 last month. And he indeed will come on for Giton. Or is it Giton? Well, this is taking an eternity. It's actually Bene. Also on is Jay Warren, now 32 years of age, Tahiti international. Well, we got there in the end, but it seemed to take an awfully long time. Tarite has settled into the right-back role. And he will be up against Victor Sarr for most of the night, but he's made a confident start there with that challenge. Buribari. Buribari again. Looking for the run forward here of Matatia. Matatia has certainly moved further forward the longer this match has gone on. Starting at full-back, now almost playing as a left winger. Nawaf. Zayed. to Duro. Koulibaly. Koulibaly gets on the end of it from Tepa. Graglia's on that far side. Not going to be able to keep that bouncing ball in play, though. So we're about to go into the 90th minute. How much additional time might be added on at the end of the 90? But it does look as though the long journey for AS Pirae of Tahiti is over. 11,000 miles they travelled to get to the UAE. Makut. Duro is there first. Jamal with a little touch. This is Nawaf. Koulibaly. All Al Jazira need to do is just keep possession. Play out time. Forward by Warren. Into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. Shown by the fourth official down below, Clément Turpin from France. One of the leading officials in Liga in France. Gets it away. Koulibaly. Tarite. Gives away the free kick, the teenager. And the referee will want words with him as well. After this challenge, left Jamal in a bit of a heap on the floor. Koulibaly's ball forward. Tidied by Tarite. Tejo. Patia. Diaby. Wins the corner. Off for Jonathan Tejo. Taken short. Diaby. Too many options in the middle, which is why he goes for goal himself. Could have been an awkward one for Duro. The goalkeeper right behind it. Warren. Jay Warren. Graglia, we're going to get on the end of the ball forward from Tarite. Graglia taken out there by Abdullah Idris. Now, is it going to be a card? It is. It's a late caution for the fullback. Possibly needless yellow card as well for the left back. Time is almost up for Pirae of Tahiti, but can they end this match with a flourish, with a goal? Half a dozen in orange in the penalty area, hoping to get on the end of this free kick. Warren will take. Jay Warren's delivery. Can't get it past the first defender, who was Ahmed El Hashmi. Pirae get their first corner of the night in the 94th minute. And this may well be the final piece of action. Warren will take. It's a goal kick, headed down by Tepa. And that is the final action of the evening. Al Jazira go through to the next round of the FIFA Club World Cup, a 4-1 victory over AS Pirae of Tahiti. And a victory that looked odds-on from the opening minutes when Zayed Al-Ameri got an early goal. They were 3-0 up at half-time. Pirae given hope by that own goal. But it's the home supporters who will be celebrating and will be looking forward to Sunday's match against Al Hilal of Saudi Arabia. It is finished in Abu Dhabi in this opening match of the FIFA Club World Cup. Al Jazira 4, AS Pirae 1.
بيتكلم عادي. انا قلت له خلاص. اوكي. اوكي. جو. وسعيد. اقول لك كابتن اوكي عشان عندنا هني مال يعطيك العافيه كابتن. اول هدف في العالميه محسوب لك طبعا والفوز اول شيء كلمني عن الفوز بعدين بنتكلم عن الهدف.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اهدي الفوز هذا اللاعبين فريقنا والجهاز الفني والاداري والاداره العليا وحتى الجمهور الامارات. الحمد لله على الفوز، بدايه خير ان شاء الله. ما قصروا الشباب اليوم، قدروا ان يطلعون بصوره مطلوبه، وان شاء الله نحن نفكر بالقادم.
ان شاء الله القادم اصعب. احمد تلعب ضد بطل اسيا الهلال، جايب كامل جاهزيته. دخلتوا في جو البطوله بعد هاي المباراه، وكيف تشوفون المباراه الجايه؟
اكيد فريق الهلال فريق بطل، فريق قوي، لكن نحن علينا نركز في نفسنا، نركز بتعليمات المدرب، ونركز في انفسنا في الاستشفاء غدا، ونتمنى ان نطلع بصوره مطلوبه، وما في شيء مستحيل يعني. لو نذكر العالميه السابقه كنا طلعنا بصوره مطلوبه، ان شاء الله نكرر الصوره هذه مع الهلال ان شاء الله.
ان شاء الله موفقين احمد. شكرا لك حبيبي، شكرا.
De ces 90 minutes.
Oui, donc voilà, match fini, victoire d'Al Jazira. Donc on a pu voir la différence de niveau entre un club amateur et un club professionnel. J'avais dit à mes joueurs qu'il fallait faire très attention. Le début du match, il y aura un pressing énorme. On savait que ça allait être comme ça. Mais je ne peux pas leur reprocher grand-chose. Ils ont fait du mieux qu'ils pouvaient. Ils ont été pris de court. C'est peut-être le manque de préparation aussi. Mais on a fait des modifications à la mi-temps. En deuxième mi-temps, on fait un partout. Donc c'est vraiment le début du match qui nous a mis dans une situation difficile. Mais je n'ai pas beaucoup de choses à reprocher à mes joueurs. Je suis content de leur façon de s'être battus et d'avoir espéré jusqu'à la fin du match.
Au Fénois, on a du monde qui s'est rassemblé ce matin pour nous regarder. Est-ce que tu as quelque chose à leur dire?
Non, merci à nos supporters, à toutes les personnes qui ont cru en nous. Donc on a donné le maximum et c'est un match qu'on perd, mais sans regret, on a tout donné et je suis content de mes joueurs.
Thank you.
Et comment? Ouais, carrément. On n'a pas démérité, franchement.
Cap, on s'incline 4-1. Finalement, on l'a fait. On est là. Ce match historique pour le football polynésien. Est-ce que tu peux faire le bilan des 90 minutes que tu viens de passer sur ce stade?
Franchement, ce match-là, ça a été vraiment super. Sur 90 minutes, on n'a pas lâché, on a donné. Voilà, en premier mi-temps, on a eu du mal un peu à se mettre dedans les matchs, mais en deuxième mi-temps, ça allait un peu mieux et on a pu au moins marquer notre premier but du tournoi, historique pour nous. Et voilà, on n'a pas démérité en deuxième mi-temps, on a essayé de créer quelque chose et voilà, pour nous, voilà, en deuxième mi-temps, on fait match nul, on va dire, contre eux, quoi.
Ce matin, chez nous, au Fénois, de nombreuses familles se sont rassemblées pour nous regarder et ils sont avec nous encore en direct. Est-ce que tu peux nous dire, est-ce que tu as quelque chose à leur dire?
Pour tous nos supporters au Fénois, merci beaucoup d'avoir été là. On pensait, avec tous vos encouragements, ça nous a tellement aidé pour ce match. On avait besoin de tout ça pour pouvoir faire quelque chose. Et voilà, grâce à vous, on a pu marquer en fait notre premier but. C'est grâce à tout ça, à toutes les personnes qui ont été derrière, tout le travail qui a été fait. Et voilà, super content.
So there's the story of the match in numbers. Al Jazira dominating possession with 70% of the ball, 18 shots in total, 8 of them on target. There were 3 yellow cards, all of them for Al Jazira, which we carried through to their next round match against Al Hilal of Saudi Arabia on Sunday. Al Jazira, though, winning it by 4 goals to 1. They progress. AS Pirae make the long journey home to Tahiti. And so this is how the competition looks. Sunday in this stadium, Al Jazira will face Al Hilal of Saudi Arabia. And tomorrow, on Saturday rather, it's the second match of the tournament. Al Ahly facing Monterrey.
And then I could
The opening match of the FIFA Club World Cup 2021 at the Mohammed bin Zayed Stadium. AS Pirae of Tahiti, the first club from Tahiti to compete in this competition. The part-timers, and they were 1 goal down against Al Jazira, playing in their home stadium. Inside the opening 5 minutes, Zayed Al-Ameri with the opening goal. Ahmed Al-Hashmi with goal number 2 for the home side as they doubled their lead. And they got a 3rd goal as well before half-time. Milos Kosanovic with this free kick, perfectly placed into the bottom corner. Al Jazira also had 2 first-half goals ruled out after VAR intervened. Al-Ameri offside with that goal in stoppage time. This is the new FIFA technology that they are trialling at this competition to determine an offside decision. Absolutely. Well, it was absolutely a great start to the second half for Pirae. Not so good, though, for the fullback Mohamed Rabi, who turned that ball into his own net, an own goal. But AS Pirae having a goal, and they played well in response to that. But look at the bottom of the picture here. Abdoulaye Diaby with a wonderful curling shot to make it 4-1 to Al Jazira. They could have had more goals as well. This one ruled offside. But Pirae can return home to Tahiti, the 11,000-mile journey, with their heads held high. Coach Naya Bene saying he was proud of his players and of the effort that they have put in. The technology working perfectly as well. But it's Al Jazira who move on after a 4-1 win.